Well, this is Baruch here. I'm at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, and it's time for me to learn a L'shtickle Zohar, and I'm inviting you to come along with me to learn along. So this is Parshas Titzaveh. So trying to figure out what's going on in this Parsha and what it is. That is, what is the sod that they're trying to get at? So I'm going to go real quickly through the Zohar that we learned yesterday. And it said, Titzaveh es b'nei Yisrael, and you should command the children of Israel. So they want to play on this word va'ata. I want to say that there's a secret in here that you need to know, and it's a fundamental secret of Kabbalah. So he says it says if you bring va'ata and you, and then it says Rebbe what makes it different that we're using the word va'ata because it seems to be superfluous. Because you're also this and bring near to yourself. You should speak to all of the wise of heart. Titzaveh as b'nei Yisrael, and once again, Titzaveh b'nei Yisrael. You should take for yourself incense. Rosh, Mar, Dror, different kinds of incense. But what's going on here, and we're focusing on this word va'ata, it's all a secret up above. What is the secret? To bring the Shechina together with Zeranpin, with the upper lights. So let's see what he means to say. Abba Rabbi Yitzchak, and of course also and the people that are doing the malachas of the Mishkan. Abba Rabbi Yitzchak, there's an upper light and a lower light. What is it? Kolil chahada ikre va'ata. So the combination where they incorporate themselves and they become one together, that's what va'ata means. Kamadat Omar, so we're working the word va'ata, like we say like this. Va'ata kulam, you and you, that is what brings life. It's the yichud, and this is the yichud that we call Zohar v'nokol, male and female forces. And therefore it doesn't have to say but that is, do it without viato. But dibarta al kol hachmelev. That's what it could have been without va'ato. Begin dahaku zim dachsharya shim shebesihru, because the reason why we say and add the va'ato is to tell you have yichud going on here. And that the yichud is the greatest thing that you could possibly happen because it brings the shefa, the Ein Sof Baruch Hu, down to us. And that's what happened at the Mishkan. Zim the Shar Yashim Shebesichro, so this is the time that they're dwelling together, and they're in one. Bishtatev Kula Kachad, and then it causes everything to become into oneness because it's, remember, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. That oneness is really the real truth of reality, l'sharya al-amunus v'adu. In order to dwell, that this oneness should dwell in all of the craftsmanship that was done. Now we're getting to a little Zohar that we didn't look at the Matap Devash, and it says, Amir Rebbe Lazar, Machocho. So listen, let me tell you something. If you say that the secret is a yichud between True Kudsha Barichu and Shchinte, then I can tell you another pasuk, and it says, Renasam Hashem Chachma usvuna behem. He gave these two aspects, Chachma and Svuna, into them. So we're talking about the Chachma Lev, those who did this, and he brought Hashem, that is Yudke Vavke, that is their Anpen. He brings Chachma and Svuna into them. Now, we'll look at that in a minute, but let's go to another idea. It says, Rebbe Shimon, Rebbe Shimon says, listen, you can learn this from here. You should speak to all of those who are wise of heart. That it is filled with the Ruach HaChachma. Now he said, wait a minute. Let's go back and look at this again. He said, Now, kol chachmei means the individual or group of people. Asher meleisiv Ruach Chachma. So it said it's singular. Melesiv is singular. So if you're talking about the Koch Melev, then it should be plural. It should Hashem Melesim Meboyle. That's the way that it should be written. Allah Hashem Melesiv Lahaku Libo. So Melesiv is singular because it's really all going to one place. What is that place? That place is the place of the heart, which the Matak is going to explain refers to Malchus. Melesiv Ruach Chochmah. And what did I fill this Malchus with? I filled Malchus with the Ruach of Chochmah. Kamadat Amar, you say like this: V'nacha alav Ruach Hashem Ruach Chochmah, and came down on it the Ruach Hashem, the Ruach of Chochmah. V'alda Itzrich Hashem Melesiv. So therefore, that's the reason why you say it in singular and not in plural, because it's not referring to the people who are filling. It's referring to that entity, which is Malchus, which is being filled. The Sharya Shimsha B'Sihron is to tell you this: as Malchus is built up, and it built up really through Zeranpin, so that causes a yichud to take place B'Sihra B'Ashlemusa B'Shimsha B'Sihra, the sun and the moon, in perfection, the Kula, all complete perfection. Valda Israshim Kula B'Kol Asa. So therefore, this is the impression that's made everywhere. Now, exactly what that last part was, let's look at the Matak and we'll find out. So it says, Amar Rabbi Lazar. Now we're reading the Matak Midavash. Emes Kedivracho. The truth is, it's just like you say. Shemalechas Mishkan Chayse B'Koyach Zun. That the word of the Mishkan, the work of the Mishkan, was in the power of Zohar Banuk. Ella lo dai lalamdocha bepesuka shekasa bechem va'ata. But it's not sufficient, he said, to learn them from that phrase that we've been learning previously, where it says "and you," because you means Malchus, and above that comes before Zeranpet. Ki ein lechem inyan lu'umalnos Mishkan, because that's really not talking about the work that takes place in the Mishkan. But we really better learn it from here. From here we learn this. So they did. It's talking about the work they did. That Hashem brought this in, the Das. So he brought in Chochmah and he brought in Tavuna into these Chochmah. The Das Lasos has called Malachas Avodas HaKodesh, in order to be able to know how to do all the work that was going to be done in the base of Mikdash, in the Mishkan. Behind the key, Zer Anpin, Shuhu Sod Hashem Havaya. So let's say like this: the pasuk what says Hashem Nasan Hashem, which is Zer Anpin. What does Zer Anpin deliver to Malchus? He delivers to her the partsufim which are above him, which are connected. Zer Anpin is the letter Vav, and the Yud K Vav. So receiving from the K, first K receives from the Yud, and then she gives it to Zer Anpin. Chachma Usavuna Behema. The Das Lasos is called Malachas Avodas Mishkan, in order to know how to do all the work of the Avodas HaKodesh. Behind the Kizer Anpin, Shehu So the Shem Avaya, the Zer Anpin, which is the secret of the name Avaya. Nasan Chachma Savunda Shehem Ha'aros Abba Ve'ima, which is the light, or the radiance of Abba Ve'ima carried through Zer Anpin, minimized. We are talking about this idea of minimization of this light. The reason why is because the light of the Ein Sof Baruch Hu is not a physical light. Because Oisei Melechas HaMishkan Derech HaMalchus, so all of this is to be able to do all of that. Now let's try, we have very little time here, let me try to go through this. Rebbe Shem Ben Amar Ki Pasuk Anal Ein Bocho Remez Ala Malchus. Now he has a different idea. He said, what you said, that plus pasuk that you took, which is Asher Nasam Hashem Chachma L'Savuna Be'ema. No, it's another pasuk. So that was the one where we said he used the word melesiv, which is in the singular. Makshan, he says, so but talking about the Chochmah Mataras, but he says like this: Malchus. That's what they did. It's really going on Malchus. What did he give? A Nikwas Lev. It's called the Chochmah Lev. It's the Chochmah that goes into the Lev. A Pirush Pasaku Shazer Anpin, Amal the Moshe Rabbein. Ba'ata Tadaber El Kol Chochmah Lev Hainach El HaChachamim. We're talking about the Chachamim. Ma'ozim as Melechas and Mishkan that do the work of the Mishkan. And they call him Chachmei Lev. They're called Chachmei Lev. Why? Because their work, which is the work of deeds, of actual physical deeds, is rooted in Malchus. Asher Melesiv es Malchus, that their job was to fill up Malchus and bring this Chachma and the Tavuna into Malchus. It says regarding the Melech of Mashiach, Bebechinas Malchus. The Melech of Mashiach is the fourth leg, so to speak. He is Malchus, the final hay. Shehu ha'arazer anpen ha'nikzar ruach chachma. And what does he receive? He says he's shining for the ruach of chachma. The chachma me'ira b'soch zer anpen, because chachma is the right line. Zer anpen goes down that right line and winds up going into Malchus. So therefore you have to say this, Hashem melesiv ruach chachma, that it was filled with the ruach of chachma. B'haras, the Sharya Shimsha Basihara, Bashlamusa the Kula, that they both divide the Shara Hashemesh, who's their Anpen, B'halvanish, who Malchus, that their Anpen therefore is resting or is residing inside of Malchus, which is the concept of a house. But so the Yichud B'Shlemus, which is the concept of the complete and total shlemus, shall call the Sephiros al Yonis al Yedech Zer Anpen, which brings completion to all of the upper spheres through Zer Anpen by making unity there. Milach as a Malchus, it fills up Malchus. Beruach Chachma Sheba Shorish called a Spheros, with the Ruach Chachma, which is the root of all the spheros. Valda Israshim Kula B'Kol Aser, so therefore Al Kain Be'ez HaKamas a Mishkan. So therefore when the Mishkan was stood up, so there was an impression made, a stamp in all the spheros, as Malachas of Mishkan. So in other words, this is the work of the Chachmei Lev that had brought about a yichud, and as a result of this, the yichud is working in some way to make everything perfect. This is Baruch Fleischman, Tikkun Elevator Kola.